Been trying to get hot again lately. We all relate to that. Back in the world trying to get hot, just chasing that dragon. You know what I mean? It never happens. I've been talking to my girlfriends about it. All my girlfriends talk to me about getting like hit on at the gym. They all get like leered at and hit on at the gym. Never happened to me once in my entire life, all right? Don't fucking laugh that hard, okay. I don't think I'm what gym guys have in mind, you know? I think they see a girl with like a high ponytail and a good butt doing squats and they're just like, oh yeah. That's the stuff daddy likes or whatever. I don't know what the vernacular is in 2021. Is it still daddy-likey? That feels outdated. And then they see me sweating on a treadmill and they're just like, well, you know, good for her. Good for her. She's making some changes. Can all agree it was time. I love talking to my fit friends when I start exercising because they give the dumbest advice I've ever heard in my entire life. I was talking to like a buff guy friend of mine recently and he goes, Laura, you know, a lot of women, when they start working out, they're afraid that they're gonna get too muscular. He goes, I wouldn't worry about that if I was you. I was like, yeah, no shit, okay, I wasn't going to. I've got a lot of weird fears. Accidentally getting ripped, never been at the top of my list. Just wake up one day like, what am I gonna do with these washboard abs? I look like an idiot. Everybody's gonna make fun of my perfect little ass. Absolutely has never happened. This same man in conversation with me said what I think has to be the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. He said, Laura, I am so jealous that women get to look so beautiful when they orgasm. I was like, my guy. Those ladies are not, they're not coming. They simply aren't, okay? I look insane when I have an orgasm. I look like your dad trying to start a very old lawnmower, you know? Let's get some friction on it, you know? I look like one of those videos of a super jacked lady trying to squash a watermelon between her thighs. It's like intense concentration, one beat of like anime sweat coming down. And then just Gallagher, you know what I mean? Watch out, front row. She knew what she was getting into. Splash zone for the evening. I started taking an antidepressant during the pandemic. Yeah, thank you. Two people who quietly care about my mental health. Started taking an antidepressant. It's worked so well for me. If you feel like you need to do it, okay, please do. It's working very well. It is, however, messing with my stomach in a way that I cannot even describe to you. I went to my doctor to tell her about it, and she said to me, and I quote, diarrhea is a small price to pay for happiness. I was like, is that from something? Is that a poem? That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. You're an artist. She told me that it might affect my sex drive. She said it might lower my sex drive to start taking an antidepressant. Not true at all, okay? Hornier than I've ever been in my entire life. Turns out nothing makes me hornier than not wanting to kill myself. Who knew? I'm horny for life again, you know? Who is that a deal breaker for? Who is not taking an antidepressant that they really need because they might be a little bit less turned on? Just like, yeah, I can't sleep, I can't eat, and I can't get out of bed. I just love how horny I am now. It's definitely not weird that I'm this horny under these circumstances right now. Why don't you kick those empty pizza boxes out of the way, lay down in this clean clothes pile on my bed, and make love to me before I kill myself? Speaking of being insanely horny, does anyone in this room like to 69? I look over, she's just actively doing it right now. Just like, I like it, okay. I do not like it, okay? I've never liked it, mostly because guys always make me be on the bottom. It's just kind of uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Our safe word is just, that's it. All right, thank you guys so much. Keep it going for everyone you've seen.